It has been quite a bit of PVM, and it's time to start skilling again. And I've put myself at probably one of the more difficult pieces of skilling content in old school, the hallowed sepulchre. This is an agility training method, and it's perfect because agility is the skill that I'm most worried about getting to 99. The rest of them shouldn't be too bad. Agility is the one that could burn me out. So, what is the Hallowed Sepulchre? The Hallowed Sepulchre is an agility minigame giving a variety of rewards. I don't necessarily care too much about these rewards as they mostly help out in the minigame. The one item I really want is the Ring of Endurance. I'll go over the 16 slots from the collection log as I get them. All right, I finished the first floor the very first time, took 43 seconds, so probably a mistake. This is the first dart avoidance one. It's best to always stay in the middle here. And one thing I am going to turn on, which I forgot to turn on, is under tile indicators. I want to turn on my true tile so that I can see exactly where my character is. All right, floor 5. I got all the way to floor 5 on my very first try, which I will consider that a success. I don't think I'll finish floor 5. At least I won't finish it before the time is up. And get a loot of the Grand Coffin, but getting to the 4th floor on my first try, or the 5th floor on my first try, I consider a success. I think I've made it to the end, but unfortunately I was a little bit late, as it took me about 15 minutes to complete the 5th floor, which means I can't get through this barrier here. So all I need to do is quick exit, I get my agility experience, and then I get knocked out of here. So I just need to do the same thing, just not fail for 10 minutes on the final 2 obstacles.
For guides, I would suggest getting the tiles from Hebox Young's Hallowed Sepulchre guide, and from there, just spend time with the obstacles. It's a learning curve, and eventually you will get better. I'd also say you don't need to follow exactly what he says one-to-one in the guide. Develop your own strategies that work for you, even if it's 10 seconds slower per lap. You're going to be able to do them way more consistently, which is what I think matters a lot more than speed.
Oh, am I going to get there in time? I got 15 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, 6 seconds to go. And I gotta go through here for the first time and search the Grand Coffin. 1 in 200 chance at the ring. It would be great to get it right now. We got a rune plate body, but we got our first set of hallowed marks. The hallowed marks can be used in this shop. A lot of these items help out within. For example, the hallowed ring makes it so you don't take any damage. There also is like the dark graceful die, which it looks really cool. I don't know if I'll get it. But these are all the items I get. There's no real like practical use to these hallowed marks, but it's good to store them up. I can get more hallowed marks per run by doing some looting of the first couple chests, but I'm not going to do that until I have the thing down and I have like a minute of wiggle room to waste on looting the chests. And as a whole, looting chests is bad XP per hour. It only helps you get the unlocks faster. All right, the next time I didn't get it. Pretty close though. I think the only obstacle like I actually still struggle on is this last one. Everyone else, at least the ones I've seen, I feel pretty good about. So as soon as I conquer that last obstacle, I think I'm gonna get 100% success rate on looting the Grand Coffin. Okay, I finally got a good one. I only failed once on that final obstacle. I have a minute and a half left. I feel really good about my time. I think it's probably going to be down in like the 8-minute range. We'll see when I hop over here and go through the holy barrier. Yeah, so I got an 8:34 with a 4-minute final floor. The final floor I can probably still knock off a minute, maybe a minute and a half. And then I'll be zooming with the XP. I got a Sanfu serum. I'm actually going to be pretty happy about keeping those because making Sanfu serums on an Ironman absolutely sucks. 312 final floor, sub 8 sepulchre. I'm happy with that for my first hour and a half of sepulchre. It's just going to keep getting better and better. Now, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this all the way to 99, but I've already done over 100k agility experience today, and I don't hate it. So I think this will at least get me to like 95 or 96 before I start getting bored of it. So that is very good to hear and see. Okay, I'm gonna throw this into the mix, trying to fix the bridge, see how long it takes. I have 115 seconds or 1 minute 15 seconds when I got here. Here we go. We got 2 Renara seeds and a prey pot. I think this is definitely worth it. And it cost me about 25 seconds. So as long as I have about 25 seconds of wiggle room, I think I'm definitely gonna go for that chest every single time. Get more marks, get more loot, all the good stuff. Pretty sure there's gonna be a new PB with 142 left on the clock, but it's also going to be 100 hallowed marks. Yeah, we got 9 there, so we're over the 100 hallowed mark point. Means I'm gonna go ahead and buy the first item from the shop. And no, it wasn't a personal best as I took 8 minutes and 19 seconds. But we can trade with this dude here, and we're gonna buy the hallowed hammer. And basically what the hallowed hammer does is it's no longer possible to fail while building stuff inside the hallowed sepulchre. So I'll put this in my hand. You can also wield it, which kind of cool, wieldable hammer. And I think the next item I'm gonna save up for is the hallowed ring at 250 marks, as that's the one that prevents all sorts of damage. Moment of truth, I think it's gonna be a 752. Yep. Got both a floor 5 PB and an overall PB. I think eventually I'll get around 7 minutes. I'm not doing everything tick perfect, so I'm not gonna get like those 630 consistent floors, but I think I can get 7 minutes eventually. 10 marks in soul runes. Soul runes are going to be really good here, but let's see what the PR is. Yeah, 747. Banked by like just 5 consistent floors. No PRs on any of the floors. But I just put together a good run. It's going to be the end of day number 1 of the Hallowed Sepulchre. I got myself up to 30 total completions, and I think each one's like 11.5k experience. So when you put it all together, that's like 330k experience, which is probably the most I've ever done agility wise in a single day, and I'm loving it. And I took a big break. With me getting consistent sub 8 now, my XP rate's up to about like 75k experience per hour. So it took less than a day of me doing this to get good enough to make it more worthwhile over rooftops. You can see 30 completions, got through the entire thing every single time. Was able to loot the Grand Hallowed Coffin 20 times. And if you remember back at 10 kills or 10 runs through, I'd only looted it 3 times. So of the last 20, I've only failed 3. I think I'm on like a 10 or a 15 streak without failing for time. So it's almost 100% now. Big personal best coming up. Should be sub 730. Which it'll be like a 15-second improvement on the personal best. I had a bad, I think, 5th floor, but everything else was like really clean. Yeah, 5th floor was 305, but my personal best is now 725, getting closer to that 630 mark, which is kind of the end goal. I think I just had not a perfect run, but like the best run I've ever had, and it's going to be a sub 7 here. And I got a perfect floor 5, or at least perfect for me. So I'm very happy with that. And now my XP rate is up to 80k XP per hour. I haven't seen a individual floor personal best in a while. That is my best floor 4 at 141. Oh, and I messed this one up. Didn't get the tick perfect, so now I have to stall here, and I mess up the timing on this sword. Yay! There is 256 hallowed marks. Which means I can purchase my next reward from the mysterious stranger. It's going to be the hallowed ring. A new collection log. And with this ring equipped, I no longer take damage. So the next time I take damage, I'm going to stick at 99 HP, and food is no longer required inside Hallowed Sepulchre. I'll keep this on me just in case I need the energy restore, but I don't think that'll be too likely. See, look there, I took a 0. Interesting, I was looking up the Hallowed Ring, and it also makes, like, your death time. So, like, if you get hit by an obstacle, it lowers the amount of time till you can move again. So, less of a penalty for getting hit. And boy, with my times, you know I'm getting hit a lot. That is over 100 hallowed marks, which means I can make my next purchase in the shop once I complete this run. So we can buy the focus, the symbol, or the grapple, all of which are 100 marks each, but I am going to go for the hallowed focus. What this does is that portal frames will no longer fail when I go to make them, so there's better chests that I can go for. And like the other items, it makes it a little bit quicker to do that. There is a very convenient chest on the 5th floor, so now I'm going to be looting 2 5th floor chests and the grand hallowed coffin on every run. Oh, there it is! The strange old lockpick. So keep doing all those chests and get more hallowed marks, or do I switch back to XP per hour? Maybe I'll have to do a little bit of math to see how many marks I'll get at 99. So I did a little bit of math, and to 99, I have 439 completions to go, and on average, you get 9 marks. That would leave me with just under 4,000 hallowed marks at the time of me getting 99, which isn't enough to get everything. I wouldn't be able to get the Dark Acorn, which is 3,000, or the 6 Dark Dies that are 300 each, but I would get everything else. So I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is doing the Grand Coffin only until I get the Agility Pet. And when I get the Agility Pet, this Dark Acorn has a use, and I'll start doing stuff with it and going back to the portal frames and stuff like that. But for now, I can just run through and go to the end, and I don't need to worry about all the other crap. 64th time through the Hallowed Sepulchre, and I'm finally going to get my first agility level up to level 94 agility. Does that unlock anything? No, it does not. It's a high agility level. Why would it ever unlock anything? I think, yeah, 93 shortcut is actually the highest requirement for the entire game. I think what I'm going to do is my end time here is going to be when I have enough marks for full graceful, and I've bought all the items for the collection log. So that's about 2,000 of these hallowed marks. So probably looking at another 200, 250 laps. Maybe I'll get up to like 96 or 97 throughout this, and then come back to get 99 when I feel like it. Yeah, I got a sub 230 final floor and an overall time of 6:43. So 13 seconds to go for my goal. Back above 100 marks, time to buy another item. We got both the Hallowed Grapple and the Hallowed Symbol left. The Hallowed Grapple basically acts as a mithril grapple inside of the Hallowed Sepulchre, but it can never fail. It would be cool if you could use this outside of Hallowed Sepulchre, but you can't. Oh, didn't even notice, but I'm over 100 marks, so I can purchase the last item that I still need to buy. And that is the Hallowed Symbol. One of the skill tests you need to do prior to looting a coffin is sacrificing or spreading vampire ashes. And Ironmen don't do that because getting the vampire ashes takes too much time. But this basically makes that better. On top of that, I'm also going to buy 1 hallowed token. Extends your timer by a minute. I no longer really need that, so I kind of just spent 10 marks in order to have a collection log slot. If I add everything here, I have all of the hallowed items stored in here. I also have the ring on for the final item. So I can now save up my marks for Dark Dies. That is 85 total completions, and I don't know how many loots of the Grand Coffin. 72 loots of the Grand Coffin, but I think that is going to be the end of the night. Let me put the XP gained on screen right now. Pause it. You can see I gained a total of 646k agility experience in a single day. I really never thought I would get this much agility experience in a single day. I think it's the most I've ever got. Even with leagues, I don't think I ever got 600k in a single day. My XP rate varied between 70 to 80k based on how much I was paying attention and how many breaks I was taking. But I think low 70s is probably a good estimate for me with all the breaks I take. Gonna come back to this tomorrow, probably try to get up to a 95 tomorrow and put some dent into the hallowed mark stack, which I'm aiming up towards 1800 for the recolored graceful. I think I got myself a floor 5 PR and an overall PR here. Pretty nice. We're up to 90 loots, or 90 full runs. I think it's like 75 to 80 loots. 77 loots. Loving these Sampu serums stocking up alongside the Renar potions. Great stuff to get here. And yep, I got a PR in both. 1 second on floor 5 and 11 seconds on the top floor. 5 more seconds to go for my goal. Okay, this is the perfect run, pretty much. I'm gonna get the sub 630, maybe sub 620. No, but I PB'd on floor 4. I'm probably gonna PB on floor 5 here. I was just zooming through it and felt really good, and this will probably be my PB for quite a while. Don't think I'm gonna beat this. Yeah, 219 final floor, so 10-second improvement, and a 621 personal best, so that was another 14 seconds knocked off. I am super jazzed about that. With that floor 3, that is level 95 agility. I've gained a lot of experience today. It has been a long day of agility. As you can see, I've gained over 1 million agility experience. Let me pause the XP per hour, and I gained just under 80k XP per hour, so I'm looking at like 12 or 13 hours today. That was a lot of agility. We'll see how I feel about hallowed sepulchre in the morning. But the loot is starting to stack up, getting some good rune stacks. Hallowed marks, I'm at 825 of 1800. Well, it's been like maybe 30 seconds for you, but it has been a long day for me. This is going to be my 199th loot of the Grand Hollow Coffin. And also, when I exit here, another 5,000 agility experience, and I'm up to level 96 agility. Hot damn. I'll add the XP to the canvas here, and you can see gained 483k experience today, and the XP per hour, again, I've been hovering around that 80k to 78k basically all day long, so I think in the long term, that's basically what my XP rate is here. The next level is over 1 million experience, so that would be 12, 13, 14 hours, somewhere around there. But I think I need a little bit of a break from agility. It's basically been 3 days straight of all day, every day, doing the 212 laps, and I have just the idea of what to break it up with. And the distraction that I wanted is the Scar Essence Mine. This is a recent update that Jagex has released, and I'll do my best to explain it here. And essentially what it does is it replaces buying runes from a shop. So I could normally go to the Varrock shop, buy fire runes for 4 or 5 GP each, Hop Worlds, shop packs. I can buy a lot of fire runes per hour, but it's not a lot of fun activity. Instead, what I can do here is I can get a lot of extract. I can get a lot of tainted essence here. And instead, when I go to Runecraft, I'm going to be getting like 50 or 60 times the amount of runes that I would normally get. But the downside is that it costs the same amount of GP. So instead of spending time at a Varrock shop, hopping worlds and buying runes, I'm instead getting some mining experience. I'm going to get some runecrafting experience, and it's going to be a lot more fun because I just abhor Shopscape. And I came in here with about 45 mil cash, so I spent 14 mil on this, and we'll see what our final rune stack is at the end of it. But the mining section was basically like it doesn't exist. There also is the option where like you can turn the tainted essence into regular essence at a 2-to-1 ratio. So that tiny amount of mining I did there in a couple minutes would have been 1,000 pure essence. If you ever need pure essence, I think it's the way to go. So I think for the fire runes, it's best for me to just go to the PvP arena, former duel arena, and runecraft that way. I got the outfit on. I'm kind of curious as to what I get from one inventory here. I think it's gonna be like over 10,000 fire runes. Yeah, that's crazy. One inventory was 16,553 fire runes. Holy crap. That's just crazy. I'm done with my 1,000 essence and I made 250,000 fire runes, and I think it took maybe 10 minutes. Like, and the XP rate like isn't even terrible. Like I'm getting 37.5k runecrafting experience while doing this. I'm definitely going to be doing this for every single time that I need fire runes going forward. In fact, any elemental rune. I just don't see a need for a lot of the other runes. The only other rune that I'm like kind of low on are like wrath runes and death runes. Now for the death rune crafting, I am going to be going through the wilderness and the abyss, so I want to make sure I don't lose any items that are important. Basically, as long as I'm below wilderness level 20, I keep everything except for the mithril pickaxe, which I do not care about. But if I go beyond wilderness level 20, I lose everything that I have on me, and I really do not want to lose uh, any of these items. So I am going to make sure I stay below 20. But it shouldn't be too bad. I can just teleport to the house and then go to Edgeville every single time. One inventory, 4,000 death runes. I don't know how many hops that is. That's probably like 30 or 40 hops. That is the end of the death rune extract. Did my last inventory, ran through the 1,000. So I should have gained about 60,000 runes. Let me just check. Yeah, I'm now up to 73,000 death runes. And if I look at the screenshot I took before, I had about 11,000 before. So that's pretty good. Plus, I was also getting 35k experience per hour, which is nothing to scoff at. Like in the fire rune and death rune crafting, I've already gained 1.8% of the way from 96 to 97. It doesn't mean a lot, but like with runecrafting, every experience counts. I think so far it's a win. 6,200 wrath runes in 2 minutes. I remember when I got 95 runecrafting in the first place, I spent like a while just like getting 2,000 wrath runes. I know this cost money, but like it's just so powerful. Back at my home where I belong, the hallowed sepulchre. Got about 600 more marks to go. And this is going to be my 200th loot from the Grand Coffin. So that is the drop rate of the Ring of Endurance. Yet I don't have it yet. So another item that I am dry on. Well, that's interesting. It's been about 100 laps since I got a PB of sort, but I got a 27-second first floor, which knocked 1 second off the previous PB. I'm trying to think of what like the decimal amounts are, but I think I basically just knocked off a singular tick from it. Reminder, always do your birdhouse runs. Uh, I'm at the point now where I don't like interrupting myself like midway through the day, but like whenever I'm gonna be away from the computer for a couple hours, whether that be going outside, hanging out with friends, going to bed, I always do a birdhouse run right before. And what I do is once the birdhouse run is done, and then when I log on for the next time, the next day, after going out with friends, sleeping, whatever, I can go do a birdhouse run right away. And between that, I get like 2, 4, 6 birdhouse runs done a day. And that lets the bird nests all stack up super nice. Like my nest count is up to 800 and some odd combined. Like I think I will eventually have to do some more, just because I have 4,000 toadflax and I'm gonna keep getting toadflax seeds from Toa. I'm getting as many nests as I can, and also getting my hunter level closer and closer to 99, because it has now become the skill where I think it's the biggest limiting factor to me maxing. So I was super reclined on floor 4, just chilling. Um, and it turns out that I got myself a nice little PB of 132, and I was fully reclined. I was like leaned back fully in my chair, just left clicking, not even right clicking, no shift clicking. And I popped down to the 5th floor and I'm like, holy shit, I just got myself a PB. Not the best lap to end off with, but with this loot of the Grand Hallowed Coffin, I'm gonna get up above 1,800 hallowed marks. And that was the goal I set myself because it allows me to purchase the dark graceful. Each dark die is 300 each, so I'm gonna buy one, make sure that the cost stays the same. It does, and I can buy another 5, and I have 3 marks left over. And I think I can just use the dark die on each of the individual pieces of graceful. And there we go. I now have the dark graceful. It's a cool little fashionscape item, and I was at the point in the account where like I should get off the standard graceful, and this was a fun grind to go out, get a cool little cosmetic. My character looks really cool, and get some agility levels. I got myself from 93 to 96 agility. I think in total, that works out to be about like 2.5 to 3 million experience. I got pretty good at this mini game. Did a total of 272 laps. In terms of statistics, I did 275 laps, but I accidentally left early a couple times, so I only got to the end 272 times. These are my best floor times right here. It's not perfect. They're not great, but I think they're pretty good. And when you segment them together, they're under 6 minutes, which is kind of what I was going for. And my overall best time of 6:21 beat that 6:30 mark, which was my own personal goal I set. In terms of loot, I got a total of 9 mil. I'll put it on screen. 5,000 laws, 5,000 souls, and 5,000 bloods. You know, that's some nice runes to get, saving me some GP. And I also got another like 2-3 million alkables and 50 Renar seeds. Plus 37 Sandfuse serums, because we know how annoying those Sandfuse serums are to make on an Ironman, so that is also good to see. But that's going to do it for the end of this episode. I know it probably went pretty quick for you guys, but that was a solid, pretty much week of agility. Happy I did it, but I need a break, and I'm going to look into doing something very different in the next video. Have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one.